Echoes of Star Trek Insurrection, in Gaza, a parable of displacement and resistance. In 1998's Star Trek Insurrection, the crew of the USS Enterprise discovers a troubling plan. The Federation, in partnership with the technologically advanced and physically deteriorating Sona, is secretly attempting to relocate a peaceful native population, the Baku, from their ancestral planet. The goal is to exploit the planet's regenerative metaphasic radiation, an invaluable resource. The Baku, who live in harmony with nature and shun advanced technology, are deemed too small a population to matter in the Federation's calculus. Their removal is presented as necessary for the greater good. This storyline, framed in a science fiction setting, resonates disturbingly with the reality facing Palestinians in Gaza today. The Baku and the Palestinians, native and dispossessed. The Baku are portrayed as the original inhabitants of their planet, living for centuries in balance with their environment. In a similar way, the Palestinian people, particularly those in Gaza, are indigenous to the region of historical Palestine. As descendants of ancient Semitic peoples, including the Canaanites and various Arab tribes, Palestinians have continuously lived in the region for millennia. Indeed, by linguistic and cultural lineage, Palestinians are arguably among the original Semites. In both narratives, the native populations face powerful outside forces attempting to displace or dominate them under the guise of progress or security. The Baku are to be relocated not for their benefit, but so others can exploit their land. In Gaza, Palestinians have been subjected to repeated military campaigns, displacement, and a blockade that has rendered daily life extremely difficult. Many see this as part of a long-term effort to remove or contain them in favor of other geopolitical interests. The Federation and the United States, silent partners. In Insurrection, the Federation's support for the Sona displacement operation mirrors the United States' long-standing political, military, and economic support for Israel. In both cases, a powerful and ostensibly moral institution betrays its principles by enabling or directly participating in the removal of an indigenous people. Just as the Federation's complicity is justified by bureaucratic rationalizations in realpolitik, so too does U.S. support for Israeli policies in Gaza and the West Bank often come cloaked in the language of strategic alliances, anti-terrorism, and regional stability. Yet to many observers, this support enables policies that have deepened Palestinian suffering and foreclosed the possibility of a just peace. Resistance from within. The turning point in Insurrection comes when Captain Picard and his crew defy Federation orders, choosing morality over blind loyalty. They stand with the Baku and expose the deception. This moment reflects a vital truth. Genuine change often requires internal resistance, voices within powerful systems who dare to challenge injustice. Similarly, growing numbers of voices within the United States, including Jewish American groups, human rights organizations, and politicians, are questioning the ethical implications of America's role in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. These dissenters, like the crew of the Enterprise, are calling for a re-evaluation of alliances that prioritize power over justice. A moral parable for the present. At its core, Star Trek Insurrection offers a moral lesson that applies far beyond its fictional galaxy. The forced displacement of indigenous people for profit or strategic gain is a violation of fundamental rights. Whether on a lush alien world or in the densely populated strip of Gaza, the same principles apply. The native people have a right to their land, their culture, and their dignity. The Palestinians, like the Baku, are not simply characters in a geopolitical game. They are people with deep historical roots, who continue to assert their identity and resist erasure. Recognizing them as such, acknowledging their Semitic heritage and rightful claim to their homeland is a necessary step toward any meaningful resolution. Conclusion. Star Trek Insurrection was never intended as an allegory for Palestine. But its themes, of colonization, resistance, and moral courage, mirror the tragic realities unfolding in Gaza. If the Federation's fictional betrayal can serve as a wake-up call to its most ethical members, perhaps it's time for real-world institutions to ask whether they, too, have lost sight of their ideals. And if so, whether they have the courage to change course. How many people does it take before it becomes wrong? Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Star Trek Insurrection.
We're only moving 600 people. We'll be able to help billions.
This is the moment we've planned for so many years.
How many people does it take before it becomes wrong?